There's so much to childhood eye cancer. A child's life in sight, parents, adult survivors. Maybe our stories can't change the world, but we can add pieces to the puzzle to help complete the picture, raising awareness and empowering by shining a light on childhood eye cancer. This is the ray of hope.
Hi, my name is CJ Fish, and I'm a retinoblastoma survivor and a mother of a child currently battling retinoblastoma, and we live in Virginia.
Diagnosed as 17 months old, CJ's eyes were removed after about 2 years of chemotherapy and radiation.
I went on from there to live a full and happy life as a blind child. I started piano at the age of 3 because it was already obvious that I loved music and had a gifting for music.
At 12 years old, CJ was diagnosed with sebaceous cell carcinoma. She dealt with multiple reoccurrences throughout her teen years. At 21 years old, she was diagnosed with her 6th tumor, squamous cell carcinoma, on her tongue.
Through a very serious surgery and some time in the ICU, that tumor was removed, and I have thankfully been 10.5 years cancer-free now, and that has been a huge celebration.
Despite having lived through more cancer than most by the time she was 21 years old, including the surgeries, treatments, and other invasive procedures that come along with cancer, CJ's life has been full of celebrations, including marriage to her husband, Mike, and the birth of her children, Gabriel, Logan, and Mariah. Knowing there's a 50% chance the RB gene could be passed along to a child, CJ has done genetic testing through amniocentesis. Both boys' genetic tests proved negative for the RB gene.
The genetic counselor called us and had a very memorable conversation with me and told me that my daughter had in fact inherited the genetic defect from me. And my heart broke. It was a very tough day. My husband came home from work and was with me. And this was in September, and she was born in January. I knew that we needed to be alert and on guard and looking for tumor development. 24 hours old, she had red reflexes and everything looked good, but I wasn't satisfied.
At 2.5 weeks old, Mariah was seen by an ophthalmologist who examined her after first dilating her eyes. CJ noticed that the doctor kept looking.
And he kept looking and kept looking. And the longer I sat there, I began to get really antsy. She was laying on my lap for the exam. She was so tiny and not very happy with him. And I wanted it to end, but I started to know something was not right.
Finding at least one tumor in the central vision of the left eye, the doctors scheduled them to see a specialist at Duke the very next day.
In that office chair, sitting there, holding my daughter, my heart broke into 1,000 pieces. Because I didn't know, I had no idea it could start so early.
Mariah's first exam under anesthesia would discover 3 tumors in the left eye. They began 6-month chemotherapy the following week. Laser and cryotherapy were added to the list of treatments.
In June, the right eye started developing tumors for the first time, so she was officially diagnosed with bilateral retinoblastoma.
The chemotherapy alone was not successful. However, the combination of chemo, cryotherapy, and laser was. Although the stubborn large central tumor never fully receded. The discovery of additional tumors and seeding, meaning potentially even more tumors, led to 3 intravitreal injections.
Thankfully, after those 3 injections, the tumor and the seeds were all gone. We thought we had beaten the central tumor. Everything looked to be stable until May. It became obvious that the tumor was resisting treatment, so we traveled up to Philadelphia to see Dr. Shields and to do intraarterial chemo, which to me was the hardest thing I ever put my daughter through. It is a risky procedure where a catheter is fed up through an artery in the groin all the way to the ophthalmic artery, the artery at the back of the eye, and chemo is injected into the eye from there. She has had some complications from it, but overall, great success. After one round, the tumor was gone. We did 3 rounds just to be sure that we have everything and as a precaution. And Mariah received her first tumor-free results from her EUA.
And her vision?
Dr. Shields thinks that the right eye is holding out at 20/20. We are pretty certain that she will have gaps in her central vision at least from the scar tissue that's built up, but nothing that we can't handle.
After all she has been through, I believe her. All the best to CJ, Mariah, and the entire Fish family. On behalf of the entire Reed family, we officially welcome you as a member of the Ray of Hope, shining a light on a rare childhood eye cancer. Supporting World Eye Cancer Hope, life in sight for every child. Donate at therayofhope.org. That's THERAEOFHOPE.org. Share the post and help us spread awareness. I'm Thomas Reed, and thanks for watching.